Welcome to Ping 24 Updates, where you get the most important news and stories from around the world every day. Subscribe my channel and click the bell icon to stay informed. Breaking news from Manila, September 2025. A Chinese Coast Guard vessel and a Philippine supply ship collide near Second Thomas Shoal, escalating tensions in the South China Sea. Water cannons, aggressive maneuvers, and a standoff just miles from a Philippine outpost. This is no minor skirmish. Washington immediately invokes its mutual defense treaty with Manila, while Beijing insists on its sovereignty. The world is watching as the Philippines finds itself at the center of a new global power struggle. Once seen as a peripheral player, the Philippines is now pivotal. Its choices could shape the future of the Indo-Pacific. Its strategic location and dynamic population have made it a key battleground between the US and China. The drama in the South China Sea is just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the headlines, there's a deeper contest for influence, economic dominance, and military access. Both Washington and Beijing know what's at stake: the loyalty of a nation that could tip the balance of power in Asia. The Philippines is no longer a pawn, it's a queen on the geopolitical chessboard. The choices made in Manila may well define the new battlefield of the 21st century. Geography is destiny, and the Philippines' location is both its greatest asset and challenge. The archipelago forms a crucial barrier between the Pacific and the South China Sea, a strategic gateway controlling vital maritime trade routes. For the US, the Philippines is an unsinkable aircraft carrier, essential for projecting power and responding to crises. Its proximity to Taiwan and the South China Sea makes it a cornerstone of America's Indo-Pacific strategy. For China, the Philippines is part of the first island chain, a barrier to its naval ambitions. Gaining influence over the Philippines is a top priority for Beijing, unlocking access to the Pacific and challenging US dominance. Over a third of global shipping passes through these waters. The Philippines can secure or disrupt this flow. Instability here would have catastrophic effects on global commerce. The battle for influence is about controlling Asia's crossroads. For the US, a strong alliance secures its presence. For China, a compliant Philippines breaks the US alliance chain. The archipelago's shape makes it a prize neither side can afford to lose. The stakes are nothing less than the future balance of power in Asia. The South China Sea is a cauldron of competing claims and immense economic value. China's sweeping 9-dash line overlaps with the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, leading to constant friction. Filipino fisherfolk are harassed, and Chinese vessels patrol aggressively, challenging Philippine sovereignty. Manila fought back, taking China to court under UNCLOS. In 2016, the Hague Tribunal ruled in favor of the Philippines, invalidating China's claims. But legal victory hasn't changed realities on the water. China rejected the ruling and built militarized artificial islands. The Philippines faces a neighbor with overwhelming power, unwilling to follow international law. For the US, supporting the Philippines is about defending the rules-based order. If powerful countries can ignore international law, it sets a dangerous global precedent. The US conducts freedom of navigation operations and strengthens its alliance to deter aggression. The Philippines is now the front line in the global struggle between rulemaking and rule-breaking. The outcome here will echo far beyond Asia. At the heart of the US-Philippines relationship is a military alliance anchored by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty. Recent years have seen a revitalized partnership, driven by shared concerns over China's assertiveness. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement gives US forces rotational access to key Philippine bases, many near Taiwan and the South China Sea. These sites are strategic, enabling rapid response and joint maritime operations. For the US, this access is a force multiplier, strengthening deterrence without permanent bases. China views this deepening cooperation with suspicion, accusing the US of using the Philippines to contain its rise. Beijing tries to pull Manila away from Washington through economic incentives and diplomatic pressure. The Philippines faces a high-stakes balancing act: US security guarantees versus the risks of antagonizing China. Manila's leaders must leverage the alliance while maintaining stable ties with Beijing. Every decision on base access and joint patrols shapes the region's stability. The military chessboard in the Philippines is now central to the Indo-Pacific's future. The stakes are higher than ever. The world is watching Manila's next move. Beyond geopolitics, the Philippine economy is booming, powered by a young, dynamic workforce. With a median age of 25, the country is a magnet for foreign investment and a rising consumer market. The U.S. remains a top investor, especially in business process outsourcing and manufacturing. These economic ties create a strong bond between the two nations. China, meanwhile, offers massive infrastructure investments and is a major trading partner. Beijing's economic statecraft aims to build goodwill and influence through development projects. For the Philippines, this competition is an opportunity, but also a dilemma. American investment comes with expectations. Chinese investment is faster but riskier. Manila must balance these offers to build a resilient, diversified economy. The Philippines' global influence is powered by its people. Over 10 million Filipinos work abroad, sending home vital remittances. These overseas Filipino workers are unofficial ambassadors, creating a worldwide network of influence. Remittances make up nearly 10% of the country's GDP, supporting families and fueling the economy. The U.S. hosts a large, politically active Filipino community, reinforcing deep ties. China leverages historical and business connections, seeking to build influence through shared heritage and economic projects. The diaspora's welfare shapes foreign policy and can be a bridge or a source of friction. The global Filipino community is a key asset in the nation's rise. The Philippines is rapidly becoming a digital powerhouse, with one of the world's most active online populations. A young, tech-savvy generation is fueling a vibrant digital economy, from fintech to e-commerce. U.S. tech giants dominate the digital landscape, integrating the Philippines into the American-led ecosystem. The BPO sector, reliant on U.S. clients and technology, cements this partnership. China, however, is making inroads with affordable telecom equipment and popular apps like TikTok. The competition is about more than market share. It's about setting standards and controlling data. Decisions on 5G, data privacy, and cybersecurity have major geopolitical implications. The Philippines must balance rapid tech advancement with national security. Its digital choices will shape its future and its alliances. The Philippines' ties to the U.S. and China are deeply rooted in history. Nearly 50 years of American colonial rule left a legacy. English, democracy, and pop culture are woven into Filipino life. The alliance forged in World War II created a lasting bond and a reservoir of pro-American sentiment. China's connection is older, built on centuries of trade, migration, and cultural exchange. Many Filipinos have Chinese ancestry, and Chinatowns thrive in major cities. Yet, history is also marked by tension and suspicion, especially amid current disputes. For many, China is both an ancient neighbor and a modern rival. The Philippines must balance these legacies as it navigates today's geopolitical competition. The Philippines is not just a prize in a superpower rivalry. It's a sovereign nation of 115 million with a fierce sense of pride. The Bayanihan spirit of unity empowers Filipinos to navigate great power politics. Manila is no passive player. It's actively charting its own course, balancing U.S. security ties with economic engagement with China. The goal: maximize autonomy and extract benefits from all sides. ASEAN membership amplifies this independent stance, giving the Philippines a collective voice in regional affairs. The nation's future, and the Indo-Pacific's, will be decided in Manila, not Washington or Beijing. Its strategic location and economic potential make it a critical pivot point, but it's the resilience and determination of its people that will shape its destiny. The Philippines is learning to play the game of nations with skill and confidence. Its choices will echo across the globe.